Well, good morning, everybody. It's newsletter time, and you'll see that I look like I'm in jail wearing one of those orange jumpsuits, but I'm not. Notice nothing's behind me. I got no pieces up because I'm moving my office today. One thing that's crazy about being single, you tend to move a little bit more. I'm going to a new area I'm excited about. I'm trying to finally settle down some roots. So I'm in the process of moving, and I realized I was remiss. I had not done my newsletter yet. So as I was sitting here putting things in boxes, I started thinking about stuff. That's usually when you think the most, right? And so I started thinking about kind of everything. I'm looking at the chiropractic profession. I'm looking at different people, their marketing. I'm looking at just all kinds of things that seem to be apparent when it comes to the marketing area. And chiropractic practice right now. And the one thing that I hear the most about is we need more marketing. Another thing I hear a lot about is a recession or, the economy. And I started asking myself a question. I said, when I first started practicing, it was a constant recession. I mean, back in the 70s, things weren't really cranking that big. And so certainly not like it is now. So even now at our worst times, is way better than when I first started out. I remember back, imagine back in the 40s, when people were, they had telephones, I guess. You had to, what do you have to crank them? Hello, Jenny, can I give me so-and-so? We didn't have very good communication, but chiropractic has grown, since 1895, through basically word of mouth and through just getting the idea out and actually living the idea. So my first question I ask right now is, what's great about the recession? New idea, new thought. What's great about it? Because I'm looking right now, I'm looking back in the mid-'80s, '90s, and even the 2000s. I've been around all three of those decades. And I noticed in the 2000s, people were just hemorrhaging a lot of money, for ads, $10, $20, $30,000 a month for advertising to build their practices. And the crazy thing was, they got new patients, and some guys built some great big practices, and I know a lot of people made some nice big practices. But those practices right now aren't doing as well because the marketing doesn't seem to be doing as well anymore either, because things are different. So what's great about the recession, as far as I'm concerned, is it's giving us a chance to sit back and reevaluate. What's most important? The thing that the 80s and the 90s did was it shifted the paradigm of chiropractic as basically a service people sought for its difference. They came to chiropractic up until the 70s because it was different. People were searching for alternatives. Medicine wasn't working for them. Things that they were doing wasn't working for them. That's why they sought chiropractic in the first place. And it wasn't covered by insurance because it was not an allopathic approach. Well, in the 80s, we finagled our way into the insurance industry, and if you look at it, we've moved into more of an allopathic approach. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that totally, but as a positioning factor, it's not good, because when people now are looking for health care and they can get health care, allopathic health care for insurance, and they have to pay for us, they look at us as not being part of the deal. So what's great about the recession, it gives us a situation right now that we can sit there and take some time and get back to the roots. Letting people know the unique factors. Take time in your practice, letting people know the unique factors of chiropractic. Let them realize that chiropractic is not a pain modality. Chiropractic is actually a health care modality. In fact, we're not alternative medicine. We all are the alternative to medicine. We're a whole different approach. And if you can own that, if you can actually take right now and say, okay, I'm going to own that. I'm going to be this non-allopathic healthcare provider, and you start promoting that point of view, and some people don't want to do that because it doesn't seem like it's really doctorish. If you could do that, you become unique overnight. You become different. You've got 100 different doctors in your town probably treating some sort of pain. What if you were the one person that was treating the cause of the pain? Helping people better understand what health really is. Wouldn't that make you unique and different? It makes you searchable. People want you at that point. You're different. They're looking for an alternative when things aren't working. And so stand up and own it. So the recession they're having, first of all, they say it's over, and I'm seeing things working again. That's great. But the idea is, in fact, I've talked to some people this weekend who have an insurance-based practice, and they were telling me how they're doing. And you know what? That's great, I guess, for them because they're in the Midwest, and it's still alive and well there, apparently. But out on the coast, on both coasts, and even in a lot of the Midwestern areas, insurance is becoming more and more controlled. That means you're more and more controlled. That means you have less freedom in your practice. And when you when you connect chiropractic to the community and make it understandable, make it different, make it unique, make it special, people will want it. And people will pay for what they want. So embrace the profession. Embrace the recession. It's a great opportunity to separate those people who are going to get the chiropractic message out and those are going to die trying to still stay in the allopathic, model. I say this: be unique, tell the story, and you have a practice for life. I'll see you next week.